Hey, how's it going, everybody? I was finally able to come out to the camper, so I decided maybe I can make a video real quick. Literally haven't been anywhere in a long time. It's been a long time. I pretty much just woke up. You know, the dogs are being kind of calm. My wife's trying to go to sleep, so if they get rowdy, I may have to run off, but you know, I'm just going to try to do a little TK here. Maybe even tell how I, got, I don't want to say good at TK, but I figured out a few things. I'm not up under it. I don't know how it looks, but that's like I'm up above it. So I know my hands are down here, but this is not underneath it like it looks like it is in the video. I'm back away from it. It's up here. Yeah. I'm trying to stay away from it. I do better if I move. That's the thing, skeptics. You got to move to understand how the energy actually flows. Just give it a minute. Like I said, I'm not even beside it. You have to move. You have to wave your hands. Yeah. You see all that waving? You see what it did? It's a necessary thing. Yeah, wasn't nowhere near it that time. All right, the wind's blowing. I know you can hear it, so I'm just going to leave it alone. So you can tell that it's not the wind doing that. And there's no strings pulling it up in the air like that. Nor are there any strings anywhere. And just for the curiosity, there's no skips. I should have been waving the whole time, but just a bunch of live animal leavings, and all there is just junk that I've stored in here. I have not been out here. I do not use trickery. Telekinesis is real. It just is what it is. Now I'm going to try to get back into the swing of where I was at. It takes a minute. Just give me a minute. All right. You got to figure it out. That's the thing. The skeptics want to give you a task. Don't follow the task. And for me, I don't try it underneath something. Like, if you can't do that right there, then there's no need in putting it underneath a glass bowl. You want to be able to do that without the glass bowl first. And I ain't talking about sometimes, I'm talking about all the time. And when I'm inside in my element, where the only place that I get to do telekinesis, when I'm in there, the things that I do in this video are nothing compared to what I've done. And I don't know why I'm lucky enough to understand it or whatever, but all right, wind's blowing again. I'm gonna let you see it's not blowing in here. And I'll show you a shot of the roof up above it too. This is up above it, so like there's nothing. I have no strings, man. Like, I don't use magic tricks. I don't use trickery. I'm not trying to fool anyone. There's no need for it. That's all me. You know, I can do a lot of things. I can't do everything, but I can do a lot of things. Let's see. I can actually pick up a styrofoam bowl. Like on my counter, it's about this low, and I got this much space. That's it. And there's junk all around it. There's a PlayStation from here sticking out about as far as this is, and there's stuff piled up all over it. So it gets like wedged in between stuff. I might have to run off. I'm gonna leave it playing so you won't think I'm resetting up my props or whatever, but anyway, it gets stuck in between stuff like that, and I can like bank it off of stuff and make it wrap around and take it on it. I'll try to do it. Yeah, they don't like it when I come outside. And I'll tell you, like, how I came to do this. The thing that I've been saying since day one. Let the energy guide you. Like, I've let it guide me so long that I know the pathways. And the thing is, just because you want it to be there, you have to control the entire body of energy to get that much movement. The entire body. You got to know where it is. And know that the left hemisphere controls the right side and right the left, which means that just because you're using your right hand doesn't mean that you shouldn't be thinking over here, because it's a balance of the body, energy, and the mind. So it can be over here, but that's when you need to put your body energy in it. And when it's over here, it's like you're using your mental, and it aligns it up. Obviously. All right, here, hold on. Flat surfaces, I'm good now, you know, and this is all flat. There's no bends and ripples for a catch of wind, so. Now, there's no trickery. This is my solid Batman poster. I'm not about to drill holes in it. So there's nobody in this taped up box that hasn't been opened blowing air through it somewhere. So just, I don't know how else to explain it. And like I said, I'm further away from the stuff than it looks, so I know how it looks from perspective. I've seen my videos after I put them up. But here, just let me see if I can. And it doesn't rock enough to knock that over. I would have to jump pretty hard here, left and right. So, no trickery, man. I just simply want people to get along. Like, quit calling people liars just because you can't, you know, like, understand what it is. Like, it is, things are real. Like, where do you think legends come from? Like, it's, I don't know, you don't want to believe in magic, right? But if I can do this, then I know people all throughout time have been able to do this. And what were they called back in the medieval times? Wizards. And it was referred to as magic. But this is all it is. All of it. That's where the term magic come from. It wasn't dreamt up, it was seen and just tagged as magic. I know it, you know, there's some stuff I still have to learn, but I'm trying to get these multiple targets. That's making it kind of difficult to put it on one object, but alright, the wind's blowing again, hold on. And beside the doors over here, so it probably wouldn't have snatched those pieces off like that if you can even see them where they were. I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention, which I should have been. But yeah, I don't want to mess with fire. I'm not a person that wants to obtain all of these abilities that I know are real, but because I, you know, just enough to help people. And that's exactly what telekinesis will do. That'll be enough to help people, and that's all that really matters. Here, hold on, just in case you might think I'm a quick breather. I can't do it with my face down. Hold on. I'm trying for something big, but I knew it wasn't going to do it. Inside, I'm good, though. Yeah, there we go. When I'm trying to do it, it doesn't work. So don't try. Because it's, like I said, flowing with the energy. You can eventually do what you want to do, but I'm going to have to quit talking. It's starting to mess up. Here, let me... I can normally keep talking, but this is exciting. I'm finally getting to make the video, so... It's awesome. Hold on, I'll try to talk while it's doing it. There we go. I know I was speaking when that happened. If I run off, I'm going to leave it playing. You may have to watch nothing going on while I go check on my dogs, keep them from waking my wife up. So I'm not going to pause it because I don't want you to think I reset anything. Hold my breath. Here, let's see. Let's see if I can knock one off at a time. This will be my task. I'm gonna try. You hear them? They want me back in there so bad. Well, both. But when I say I don't leave, I mean I don't leave. They're not used to being without me. Here, hold on. There we go. That's distracting. I'm sorry. I'm trying to listen. Because if they start going crazy, if one goes crazy, the rest will go crazy. And she'll be up. And they won't stop once they start. They just have this thing. That sounds like somebody's here. Well, I guess not. But anyway. Here, maybe they've actually quieted down, so maybe I can get back into it. Like I said, it's just a big deal that I'm able to even get out here. I feel good outside. I really have more things that I need to be doing out here besides this, but I figured since I haven't done it in a while. There we go. Anyway, I know you've seen enough. That's why I'm not trying as hard now, but I can still do the same stuff. Let me just get out of the double object phase here. Like I said, this is all different. I don't do half of this stuff inside. Let me try to do this again. That's the kind of stuff I try to do inside. Well, I have to do inside because there's so much stuff so close together that I have to, it like stands up on its side in between things, and so I just sit there and do this until something happens. By waving my hands, I learned to do that stuff. And it's got to flow like water. See, I'm trying too hard. That's what I forget. You forget, don't hold on to it in the sense like you're grabbing it with your hand. Identify when you grab it, but still just let it flow like water. Because it really, when you're trying to hold on to it with every bit of energy, it's create a blockage in the flow of water, basically. See, just let it go. Boom. I forget that. I have the habit too of trying to hold on to it, but you must release it so it can flow how it needs to. Yeah. Like I said, I can't do everything, so don't expect me to pick it back up after I move it out, you know, with TK. There's still a lot to learn. Here, let's see if it, no, that didn't work. All right, hold on. That didn't work. Hold on, I'll let it stand there just so you can see that's not a fluke. And I'll do this so you'll see that it's not a string pulling it, you know, in any kind of way. And then I'll walk straight back up to it. Boom. And you know, if that ain't enough proof for you, then perhaps you'll never be, you know, convinced by video. I mean, you've seen earlier when it stopped, I was waving my hands the same way and nothing was happening. That's what happens to the people you're giving tasks to. It gets to where it doesn't work the harder you try. I quit trying and let it flow, and boom. It was like water carrying it, or air. See, pushing that away and it goes that away. What does that tell you? Just because you want it to do what you think it's supposed to do doesn't mean that's what it's doing. I'm trying to do it from over here so you can see that I'm not I think I've made my point anyway. So let me just go back to flowing like water. You know, I mean, that's after you've learned the pathways of it. You can't just start flowing like water with what you learned, because that part of it is strong, yes, but that's not everything. Every chakra, every connection of energy from each individual part of your body, all of your muscle fibers. That's why I know nothing yet. But by letting it guide me, like when I was doing TK, look at my first videos, going like this right here, I was letting the energy control me. Like some people in movies, they're said that like their powers control them. At first you got to let it take control, where it can show you what to do to make things happen. You know, like you have to let it take control. And after you swim through the bridges so long, you understand enough. And once you understand it enough, it just becomes natural. You know, like, you just let it roll. Like I just did that like a rubber band shooting around, like, because I know the pathways, and it's push and pull. Both sides are push and pull. Down on the right, up on the left of the body. Up on the right, down on the left of the head. Reversed on the back side. Positives and negatives, push and pull. For every one, there's another. Each side has a different one, but the left side controls the right. So just because left hand doesn't mean it isn't over there, or even back here. This will be the back side, front side, until you get to the top. It's a lot, but let the energy guide you. It'll show you all of it, man. But I'll answer any kind of questions I can, but my greatest advice is, if you don't feel the energy, get you some, and these have been in my pocket for years now. I don't take them out. Amethyst and aquamarine. There's a certain way you can hold them that has like a higher vibrational thing. I put the amethyst right here with the point showing, and you got to rotate them to get them right, but I mean, you can feel it just out here. It's like a magnet pulling each other. And then you take it to the stomach and tighten your stomach like you would in, let's say, karate or something, you know, from the inside. And you can feel the energy. It'll just shoot all through everything. And I used to wear them in gloves, just like this. And I would just wear them all day. And every once in a while, I would just boom, boom, and did the Strengthen Your Chi video in the London Reel. And I did that, and I started feeling the energy, and that will get you to feeling it. And then once you feel the energy, just go outside and start. Don't even have an object. Just go outside and feel the energy and move it around. And then eventually, things will happen. And just because you feel one thing and that makes it work, I said this many years ago too. I put it like I said, it gets different. It's basically the same, but one thing doesn't control every aspect of TK. So you have to let that go in your mind. That'll be back when the time is needed for it, but it'll be something different every time that you need to be searching for. You know, I don't know how else to put that. I'll try to think of a way, but believe me, I've been trying to think of a way to put that, to make it, I don't know, more understandable. But yeah, I think I've made my point. Ooh, I crushed that one a little bit. Yes, sir. No strings, man. No string. True TK. And I know my hair's a mess, everything, but I guarantee you, man, You might think that you would, you know, stay presentable at all times, but the first year you go and you've only seen 3 people the whole time, you'll start giving up on trying to be presentable. Last time I cut my beard, I just took some scissors and went shh. It was like down to here, and nobody even knew it because I hadn't seen anymore. So yeah. Yeah, I was like way over here. I know this might have happened, but that don't do too much to the things on the thing with the wind, you know, like you gotta, that was me. That was the TK. Here, watch. Whatever's alive might be coming out. But yeah, you see that? That's not wind from my hand, man. Like, you can tell the difference. You can tell the difference. You might get lucky and wave your hand one time and have that happen with the wind, but that's just... Here, let's do it like this. Now the wind's gonna start blowing. Every time I stand it up, it seems like the wind wants to blow. I can't tell if that's an airplane or the wind. Well, here, let's stand it up and see how much the wind blows it while it is blowing. This is a crappy piece of foil that I've had for a long time, so. And that's blowing pretty hard, so nothing's happening. It's definitely not the wind blowing in here. And I hope I was able to keep my hands up. That's what's messing me up. I'm trying to keep them up here so it doesn't look like I'm going underneath it, even though that's not underneath it, even right there, because I'm back here. This is underneath it, you know, that's close to it. This is... No tricks, my man, no tricks. None. And like I said, if I was to breathe on it, you would hear me. And I know you might be able to hear me breathe, but that's truthfully because I'm trying to hold my breath. Oh. Alright, I'm trying to do too much at one time. Let's go back to one target at a time. And I'm going to move that over here just so it doesn't blow off, because I do get tired of picking it up. The little area that I have, there's a coffee pot over here. I throw it behind the coffee pot, and I kid you not, I can, without seeing it, make it come back and pretty much go where it was at. Like that, but that's in my own element. This isn't, you know, what I'm used to. I'm used to the only place that I've been, which is in my kitchen. That's where my TV is. I've always been a sit on the cooler in my kitchen and listen to the radio type of guy. You know, that's what I've done forever. At this very place, as a matter of fact. Yeah. And you can download this and study it. I didn't blow no air. That's ridiculous to even suggest. Like I said, the wind's blowing hard now. I'm gonna let it roll, sit there for a minute. I remember this. Oh man, remember that? If you've seen my videos before, you probably do. I tied strings to it so they couldn't fly off. Yeah, I'm trying to do everything up here now, so it's definitely stretched around. Here, hold on. Let it flow like water. As soon as you let it go, man, don't try. Like I said, that basically applies though better once you learn the energy. All right. Hold on. Not up above it. I know what that looks like. Like I said, I don't know everything, so yes, I'm going to get stuck on stuff. And if that looks ridiculous, then you move it the way I did any other time. See how ridiculous it looks when you don't believe in it. Here, hold on, watch this. Let's see if I can. Yeah, I was just trying to put my hands in weird positions that still won't have anything to do with what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, explain that. There's no trickery, man. I can do that every time, you know. And like I can do the blast every time too, but like I said, this feels different, so it is different. Like, it's like picking up this cup. It's not like picking up this car. Every object has a different way of going about it. See, I feel like my energy flattens out and rides the wind when I'm trying this. When I try this, I feel like it spirals around it like a coiled up snake. And I gotta know how to control it like that. It's different. Every object has different energies. Plastic is different energy than glass, and etc., etc., etc. So like I said, if all I learn is how to do the foil, then I'll be wrapping the bad guys up in foil, you know, to stop them. You wrap enough of it around them. And plus, if I can control it, then they won't be able to get out of it. You know, I'll hold them till the cops get there. Just, yes, sir. Hold on. All right, cool. But yeah, man, this is basically everybody get along. The stuff is real. Get over it, man. Let's get along. Stop talking about people. That's my main goal. Me personally, you can talk about me all day. Ha ha, you know, whatever. But people have feelings, man. And that is the point. Can I knock the other one off already? Try something else here. Nah. I don't know where the other one went. I don't even remember knocking it off. But anyway, I'm trying to think of anything else that I could say about it that might help people out. Seems like I made a list in my head of things that I was going to say when the time come to make this video, but I can't think of them for the life of me. I don't know. Alright, yeah, I gotta let it flow like water. See, I'm trying is the problem. Let it flow like water. You see the energy hitting it like raindrops, man, but just let it flow like water. That ain't even what I was aiming at. This is how I practice, by the way. If it doesn't work, I keep going until something does happen or I figure it out. Just give it some time. And it'll become convincing. And I'll move my feet and everything. I'm not stepping on anything. Like, hold my breath. Give me a minute. It's tough to keep it lined up. I was trying to take it over to that one. I know it's taking a minute, but it's worth it to see it. Just, if you want to know the truth, sometimes you got to wait for it, I guess, is the... There we go. Ah, ha, ha, yeah. Rewind it and watch it come up off of it that time. Yes. See, I'm getting better right here in this now, that quick. Like in my little cubby hole, right off the bat, boom, for an hour. I didn't do this stuff very much when I couldn't do much, but I'll admit, I sit there for like an hour and a half, 2 hours sometimes, just in that one little spot. But this is opened up to me, and it feels different. Oh yeah, and you know, the energy does, let me stop real quick. The energy does flow like a river. And you have to stop on that point which you want to get to. And it's not like a build up. Like I said, don't let it build up. You got to let it flow. I think I might have already told y'all that, but it's significant. You know, it's very significant. There they go. I might have to go ahead and stop the video, but let me go tell them to hush real quick. All they really got to do is be reassured that I'm close by the door and they're like okay for a minute anyway. But yeah, I basically said all that I possibly can, but yeah. You can see the truth if you look hard enough. I hope you can see that anyway. Rewind it and watch. You know, that's like, I guess I could probably rock it and make it move like that, but you know. Anyway, I don't know. I've done lost the interest in it now. Just thinking about, you know, I bent it again. I don't know if anybody's seen that, but rewind it and you'll just see it just fold down. Anyway, and no, there's no strings attached, man. Like, I didn't put a string to it when I picked it up. I know that that's one of your thoughts. If there's any magic people out there, the, you know, magicians or whatever, that can tell me what color to put behind it that would expose strings, I'll do it. Like, there's no strings, man. No wind, no fans, no pump up spray, blower, guns, nothing. And there's no strings doing that either. I'm not. And besides, I would have to know which strings controlled what, you know. You get what I'm saying. And I don't care how good you can wrap strings, you're not going to wrap them good enough to be able to get that kind of movement. Ooh. Ooh, watch that. It jumped up. I don't know if you can see it behind there, but if you can see it at all, watch it. It jumps up. Yes! Ha. All right, I broke free. Hold on. I shouldn't have stopped. I should have held it. Like, it expands further out than you would imagine too. But like I said, once you let the energy guide you, you'll understand that. It just gets easier and easier from that point. And I'm making a long video too, also, to show that, you know, like I said, I'm not using one prop and then being like, ta-da! This is an entire video. Hasn't been stopped since it started. You see that? Going this way and it goes that way. That's what I was talking about. Just because you wanting it to be there doesn't mean it isn't back there. You have to find it. And by letting it guide you, that's how you learn to find it. And even if you can feel the energy, I would suggest the amethyst and aquamarine, uncut gemstones. Because, you know, I don't know how they make rings or jewelry, but I imagine if there's any kind of true life in these gems that feed off of minerals and things like a living organism would, then, you know, they would be dead if, like, you had to pour acid on them or something after you cut the diamond. I don't know how they do it, but, you know. So uncut, just straight up, ooh, just straight up, you know. And you just wait until you feel the energy. Adjust them like a radio dial, and you might find a stronger frequency in it. Like, the reason I know my amethyst or my aquamarine is because I've showed it in the video before, but just so you don't have to watch all of them, it's shaped like a heart, sort of, and then there's a chip on this side, so the heart goes right into the middle finger. That's where I feel it the most. Which, if you look at that, the body and hands, you know, corresponding with that, this would be like the head or something, the middle finger. And the amethyst, it has the pointed top on it with a ridge going right here, and that goes at the middle finger with the tip pointed down there, and that's where I feel the strongest connection. You move it from that and you can tell the difference. So like you can tell it when you rotate them, you can tell that difference. It may be the fact that holding them like that when I do this focuses the energy somewhere it needs to be more. I don't know. To make it work. It does that. So strong winds, nothing happening. So I'm just going to go ahead and do it a couple more times and I'm going to be done with it, but because I think I've made my point and a lot of other people's points. No matter how they're waving their hands, they're learning telekinesis. And you can't give someone a task that's learning something that isn't up to the task yet. Yes, they want to do it. They want to prove to you that they're not wasting their time. This is real, and they want to prove it to you so bad that they'll accept a challenge that deep down they know they can't fulfill yet. So After I got good at this, I wanted to show the world when I sucked at it. But now that I could do this, I really didn't care about making another video, because my main goal is going to be to help people. You know, that's going to be it. This is going to help. I hope this is going to prove that it's real, and people are going to stop talking about people. I read in the comment where somebody called someone delusional, and just this effing person's lost their mind, and just all kind of hateful stuff. Like, if you don't believe it, that's good, man, but just, you know. Now, you know, I can see them if they exposing people that are making money off of it, and nothing's happening as far as what you would get out of it for paying for it. I'm definitely down with exposing that. And you don't see any legitimate reason to believe even what they're doing is worth being paid for. Like, I can see that, man. Like, I'm down with that, but don't mess with, you know, kids that are out there waving their hands at something because they believe in it. Y'all keep doing it, kids, because you should have seen how I was waving my hands, dude. If you could have made a meme out of it, I would have looked like a monkey in the jungle, you know. So keep doing what you're doing. Let the energy guide you, and you'll learn it. You'll be able to do anything, maybe even quicker than me, because I drink coffee all the time. I don't meditate. I don't do any kind of movements anymore. No qigong, no breathing techniques. I don't strengthen my chi. I just do stuff. And that's the difference. You can't put all these rules on yourself and expect to learn it. There are no rules. It's just do it. You let the energy guide you, and you'll be able to do it. You don't have to follow anything else. I'm living proof of it. I barely eat anything healthy, and when I do, it's like Fruity Pebbles. So, you know, like, I don't meditate. I don't do anything. This is just doable. Just know that. You can just do it. But the way to do it is let the energy teach you. The energy is your teacher. You're not going to be like, and, well, I mean, that was pretty cool. But, I mean, ultimately you will be able to. And maybe I'm getting there. But you're not just going to be able to just reach out and grab it. See, I want to grab it and lift it up. That's not working. Because I don't know how to do that yet. Not yet. It's more than just reaching and grabbing and pulling it up. It's rotating this chi to flow through here so that this can fold around and bring this down, because if not, it needed a negative, let's say right here, because you're not controlling all of this. A positive is what it gets. So when your positive hits it, it just, yeah, basically that right there, it blows away what you're trying to get done. And that's the best way I can put it. Yeah, there we go. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, I wanted something cool to happen, and you know, like I said, when you want it to happen the most, it's not going to happen. It took me forever to get to where I could show my wife. Like, whenever I would show her, I'd be doing that waving thing, like, come on, do something, but nothing would happen, because it's more to it than that. You have to understand things that you skeptics, I'm not saying you're dumb in any kind of way, because I wouldn't have understood this like 6 years ago. You would have to understand things that you just don't understand yet. And people doing TK now, a lot of them don't understand it. So, but letting the energy guide you is a way to understand it. I'm gonna try to just do nothing. I'm not tightening up my muscles like I normally do. And that's the lower layer, not the lower, but the wind outer layer of it right there. That's like trying not to to take my chi with it, you know, like I just want to kind of control the wind with that. You got to figure out where you are once you get turned around so much. Yeah. Like, cause it's like, yeah, you're controlling the right side now, but eventually your left side has to follow. If you're thinking about it like this, you still have to carry your left side with the right. But it's not like that at all. It's more like your left is over here on the other side of your right. And you're controlling it here, but it's warped around to here. And it's like a mirror image left or something. And the right, vice versa. Think of it like that sometime. And it doesn't work like that by thinking about it like that the whole time. Like I said, it gets different. When you get kinked up, that's when it's time to come out with those thoughts of how it would be or whatever. You know, once you get those thoughts through, then you can just flow like water again. But you block yourself anyway. When it gets kinked up on the wall like that, I start tightening up and I can feel the energy collecting around my knuckles. And that's when I realize I'm doing that thing I said not to do. You got to let it flow, you know. Don't hold on to it in the sense of I'm holding this. And that's when I breathe, let it level back out, and then just let the water flow again. You know. But yeah, I don't want to end the video. I'm done kind of showing this, you know. I've lost the feel for it, but I still kind of feel like there's something I was gonna say about it, and I can't remember what it is, and it's like bugging me. As soon as I turn the video off, I know I'm gonna remember it, and it's gonna be like, man. I don't know. I'm getting stuck because I'm trying too hard, but I'm trying to think. There's something. No, I don't know, but you get the idea. It's real. It's as real as it gets, man. Like, it seemed like that was important, though. I sure wish I could remember. Messing me up. I should start writing the stuff down. Yeah, I'm just trying to do it all. Here, let me move this out of my way. Yeah, I got to get it out of my eyesight. There we go. Hold on. I'll do it again just in case you think it was a fluke. Like, no, it really works like that. You kink it up. It doesn't work if you kink it up. Let me move it away from the edge so you won't think it's just because I put it on the edge. Like I said, up above it, you know. There we go. Hold on here. I want it to go that away too, so you'll see that. It'll take me a minute, hold on. Oh. You get the idea. It's not as easy as it looks. Let's put it like that. Hey, this, man, the old dog chewables. In case you haven't seen one of my videos where I do that, I haven't done this in years, it feels like. In my last video, that was almost a year ago, wasn't it? I don't remember. The one where I was hurt and I just came back. Like I haven't done a video in a while. Stab it through a straw, through it, and it's like, oh, spit, you know. Yeah, there we go. I can still do it, y'all. That's tight. You talking about taking some focus to figure that out right there. Because it's like you got to control all four corners, it feels like. Yeah, there we go. Hold on. Yeah. All right. Real telekinesis. Period. Oh. I'm gonna get it. Hold on. I know what it looks like, man. It looks like my hands are right up under it, don't it? Hold on. Let me move back. I'm not right up under it. Hold on. See what I'm saying? Like, even right here, I'm not up under it. That's TK, bros. Yeah. And here, watch. How hard would I have to wave to get it to shoot off without TK? So, you see what I'm saying? Hold on. And you can see where I'm waving at, which shows you that it's everywhere. Dude, I'm kind of freaked out. I hear noises, and like I said, there's droppings everywhere. I'm not scared of things, but I don't want nothing to creep up on me that's gonna bite. I would like to be prepared for it at least. There we go. Dang dogs. Yeah, I'm raveled up now. Hold on. Flow like water. It's frustrating when you can't figure it out, man. There we go. Something broke loose there on the backside. Whoa! Anyway, magic people that don't believe it, skeptics alike. Maybe not everything was to your liking, but unexplainable things for people that don't believe in it have happened in this video. You can even try that waving your hands close to it if you want to. I'm not close to it in my opinion, but you know, you can give it a try if you want to. And I guarantee you there's no other form of trickery going on either. This is telekinesis. There go my dogs. Hold on. I'll be back. No pausing. You hush your mouth. Don't come up your butt. Yeah, y'all know I ain't gonna do anything to you. Is the only reason. I go in there to get on to them and they give me those eyes and I'm like, well, come here. They are the reason that I've been home. I don't know where to go from here. Hold on. I knew it was somewhere in there, man. Like I said, you got to search for it, man. If you don't get it, search for it. But, well, I guess that applies to after you let the energy guide you. Then you can do stuff. So, no strings, man. I'm not tricking you. So everyone don't get discouraged. You know, in any kind of way believing this might be fake because it is legit. I think I could, you know I could prove it in person. Like, just if I couldn't do it right away, give me a minute. That impressed me right there. I was fixing to try to keep going and it just was like, that's enough. Anyway, I'm gonna end it, man, because like I can't prove any more than this. Like I said, if this doesn't get you, then I'm sorry. But all those of you waving your hands, don't let the skeptics stop you, man. You can understand why they're skeptics. I mean, we come from a world that has been told that things like Dungeons and Dragons were legendary mythical tales. For all I know, dragons were real, man. You know, leprechauns may be real. Everything. I don't know. And I know people are real, so I'm gonna keep doing this. I mean, you should see some of the wind that I can make now. Like, my wife has to cover up. You know, she's like, when it was cold not too long ago, she was like, you're gonna have to stop doing that. I'm cold. She got under the covers and covered up. She was trying to sleep, but I kind of froze her out. So, like, it's a lot of wind. I don't know how to control it because it was happening behind me. She was like over here, and then I was at my place over here. I don't know how to control it, but once I can, it'll be a significant amount of wind. So, but yeah. This stuff is real, man. Like, everything, a world that you can't see is real. That's all I can explain. Like, it's real. I really do wish I could remember what it was that I was going to say. There we go. That's more believable. How about that? But, yeah. Okay, yeah, I was going to show you the ceiling. Just to, no cuts, none of that. Simple ceiling. There's no strings attached to this in any kind of way. There's nobody back here pulling it. I don't have a mechanism. That's a hook to change it. There's no string attached to it. You know, nothing. No trickery. No trickery. Like I said, when I was just becoming a teenager, yes, I wore a cape and tried to pretend like I had powers and fool my cousins and my uncle, which was younger than me, you know. So I was trying to fool kids into believing I had superpowers as a kid myself. But as an adult, if I couldn't do this, I wouldn't be trying to make people believe that I could. It's not my thing. I mean, that's just the truth. So basically, get along, man. Let those people wave their hands, because that's how I used to do it. Like I said, I'd be waving my hands so long, when I got done, veins would just be bulging out of my arms, man. Like I'd be out of breath. Waving my hands at something not pierced through it, but just sitting on a pinwheel like that wasn't moving, and I was sitting there doing this, and it was not doing that. It was just staying balanced on it like nothing was going on. And I was sitting there, I had the one finger thing. There's a couple of my videos where you see me doing that right there, but I'm talking about I'm bringing it back like that right there. Wave your hands if you feel like you are. That's the energy telling you what to do to figure it out. And then let it continue to show you by not getting stuck or fixated on that one thing, because it gets different. Best way that I can put it. It gets different. Stays the same, but it gets different. That will come back, but only when you loop back around to that part of the energy. See, it used to be I didn't feel something forever, then I would get back to it, and now I feel everything multiple times a day that I felt. You know, like multiple times in one TK sitting. Like that's how it fundamentally works its way around, you know. That could have been the wind. I don't think so, but I'm gonna try it. Just no hands. The wind is blowing hard though, so I ain't gonna try it. The wind's blowing out there. I don't like to do it like that. Like, just everybody else started right here. I started from way back. That's why I was waving my hands, because I thought that I had to project the energy out in that sense. But no, up above me is up above it. I need to place myself above it, because I know what up is from my point. And you want to use your energy to do it, right? So in a sense, you want to make it you. So you need to think up here, but over there. You know how that's possible? By using both hemispheres of your brain. You can connect to it with one hemisphere and use this hemisphere to recognize up, or vice versa, however it works. That's just my theory on it. You know, because you've learned to separate the mind thought, you know, the minds from it. Like the right or the left is still connected to it, but you're using the information coming from here, when you're using the right side information starting coming from here. So you're relaying it, receiving it like a machine. Anyway, I hope this helps, and if anybody has any questions, if you look at my comments to anyone before, you'll see that I'll type you out a wall of things. If you ask me one question, you're getting an essay that you could pretty much pass a quiz with, if there were a quiz to this. But anyway, I hope this helps everybody or anybody. Take care.